If you've ever wanted to launch a live cohort style course, this series of videos is for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 7 steps that go into launching a live cohort style online course. Everything from planning it to the pre-launch material that you do, launching with a live webinar, to launch week itself, to building out the course material, to the actual sessions, to the follow-up, to the graphics that you make, to the email sequences that promote it, to the content that promotes it. Every single step, I'm leaving nothing out over the next 5 to 7 days. So today's video, I'm going to give you a walkthrough of every single step. And then in tomorrow's video and the next videos to come, we're going to walk in detail through every single step, through each step. So if you've ever wanted to do something live, not just a course that you build that people buy and go through it self-paced, but you want to build a course, cohort style, group coaching product and sell it, this is the series for you. Now, I'm going to show you how to do all of this on Kajabi, which is the best all-in-one online business solution there is. And if you're thinking about jumping onto Kajabi, right now is a great time. If you're watching this between now and October 11th, then you have these options right here. You get 20% off monthly plans plus all of my bonuses at lanesebring.com/Kajabi. If you're watching this after October 11th, that's okay. Right over here, you get a 30-day free trial and you get all my bonuses, including the Kajabi Accelerator course, a free one-time 45-minute Zoom call with me, and my 25K course launch email template. All of that is free and yours for using my link, no matter which one you choose. It's just that when you do the October 4th through 11th plan, you get 20% off monthly, a little bit of a shorter free trial, 14 days instead of 30. But again, 30-day trial, always available, plus all the bonuses. All of that is yours for the taking, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. That is an affiliate link. So when you use it, I do get a small commission. So I always appreciate it when you use my link. So first, I'm going to walk through all the steps, and then we're going to spend some time on step 1. And tomorrow we'll get to step 2 and so on and so forth. So step 1 is to put the course on your calendar and plan the material. We'll get to that in a second. Step 2 is to build out how you are going to do pre-launch material. In my case, I chose a live webinar, so I'll be walking you through exactly how I built that out on Kajabi. Step 3, you have to have a content plan to promote the live training and the course itself, because you have to let people know that it's happening. Step 4, you have to build a sales page and a checkout page so that people know where to go to buy your thing. And when they land on your sales page, it has to be compelling enough that they'll make a decision to purchase it. In my case, it was a $1,250 product, so I had to be very convincing on the sales page and in the content and in the live training that this is going to be worth 10 times what they're paying for it, which is always my goal. Step 5, you need an email sales sequence. So you have to have a set of emails that are going to go out during your pre-launch material leading up to the live webinar and during the week that you have the course open. So we'll jump into all that. Number 6, you have to actually build out the course on Kajabi. And even though it's a live course, you build out the kind of shell of the course, and I like to offer bonuses so that people are kind of wowed when they get into it. But then you map out each week the course is going to be live. You make sure that all of the settings are together and functional inside of Kajabi. We'll walk through how to do all that. And then finally, number 7, there's graphics and thumbnails and kind of visual odds and ends that have to be put together. I'll show you how I do all of that inside Canva and then bring it into Kajabi. So those are the 7 steps, and there's probably a few more scattered in here. But over the next several days, we're going to walk through each one of these. Today, I want to talk about step 1, planning and scheduling. So the first thing you want to do is just put it on your calendar. Because it's a live course, it's got to work with your schedule, and you have to kind of make a decision like, when is this going to happen? How many weeks is it going to happen? And when I first did this a couple years ago, it was a 8-week project. It was an 8-week live course. And what I found is that 8 weeks kind of started to drag along, both for me and the students. It was just a bit much to commit to 2 months of meeting every single week. So I learned something there, and this time I scaled it back to 6. Now we're in the middle of it right now, so I'll let you know how it works in terms of 6 weeks versus 8, but I think it's going to pack a tighter punch and be better. So then I just had to look at my calendar and figure out, okay, which 6 weeks works for me, what day of the week, and what I landed on is Thursdays at 11:30 a.m. my time. So 6 90-minute sessions every Thursday. Some other things to consider, not only how long is it going to last in terms of the session or how many weeks it's going to go on, but also day of the week, right? What works for you? Also, time of the year. Mine is kind of going from the last week of September through October and the first week of November. And I did it that way because I didn't want to get too much into the holiday season. Once you get into mid-November, people start to shift their thinking more towards the holidays, and this happens especially once you get into December. It's kind of hard to do a live thing there. In the summer, it's hard because a lot of people are traveling. So I find that if you're going to do this, you want to do it in the spring or the fall. But again, don't let that friction hold you back. If you have an idea, you can always ship it and make it better later. So if it's mid-December and you want to do this, go for it. You might find that there are some challenges, but doing something is better than not doing something because it may not be perfect, okay? So execute on the idea. So scheduling is a big part of it. Now, more important than scheduling is what you're actually going to do in your live cohort. What I like to think about is what could possibly at some point turn into a normal digital course that I'm going to sell on Kajabi, which, by the way, if you want information about how to build a standard course inside Kajabi, I have a video right here where I talk about how to build a typical course inside Kajabi, which I have many of them, and that's an awesome way to do a product. So you can check right there. But if I think about something that might one day end up being a course, I kind of back up from that and I say, could I teach this to a group of people in a cohort style over 6 weeks or 8 weeks so that I get results for a group of people? I get testimonials from them because they're happy with it. They get results. I get testimonials. I also learn a ton as I'm teaching these people because I'm in real time, real life, walking them through this material. I attach a community element to it, which is easy to do inside Kajabi. All of these pieces are kind of connected. We'll get into that in the subsequent videos. But I like to think, what could eventually become a course? How can I teach it live? So I back up from there and I pick a topic that I'm teaching on a lot, something that I know I want to build a course around. And my courses are always a function of where am I helping people get unstuck and how am I helping them get to a place they want to go? So escape and arrival. What am I helping them escape from? What am I helping them arrive to? What are the milestones along the way? What do they need to know? What do they need to do in order to get from where they are, challenged, stuck, frustrated, to where they want to be, this desired outcome? That's what a course should do. You're not just teaching information, you're teaching transformation. You're helping people learn to do something and do it. So I just back up from there and I say, okay, how can I break that down into 6 sessions, 1 week at a time, and walk them through this and then have actionable takeaways so that during the week between sessions, they're able to take action on what we're learning. That's the way I plan and schedule. So if you're doing this, the very first thing to do would be to jump onto Kajabi and get going building out your online business. And with this part of it, if you want to make a live cohort, think about when do you want to do it? What is it going to look like in terms of structure? And then more importantly, the content of what you're going to teach. How is that going to look? What are you going to help people do? And how are you going to do it? And then begin to put on paper what each week might look like. Now, in the rest of these videos, I'm going to walk through exactly how all this comes together in terms of planning, the software piece on Kajabi. But for today, planning and scheduling are the first step. And it's amazing how all of this comes together inside Kajabi. It's pretty amazing what Kajabi can do. If you want to dive more into it, you can check out this video right here. And if you haven't jumped onto Kajabi, if it's before the 11th of October, check out the 20% off. That's a pretty good deal. And if it's after October 11th, you can always get the 30-day free trial with all my bonuses, the course, the free 45-minute call with me, what could be better, and the 25K course launch email template. All that is at lanesebring.com/Kajabi.